That he's just been one of my favorite background actors for fucking decades.
Without a Paddle
was fantastic.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Hackers, see it. You get to see a young Angelina Jolie's tits for like half a second.
Well, hey, between Matthew Lillard and that, it seems like it's worthwhile.
I think everybody's here.
Yeah, let's take a moment to acknowledge that Anthony managed to survive. He lives.
Round of applause for, keeping yourself alive and going.
Yeah, thanks for not dying in the middle of your grave, man.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, way to taint D&D for everyone by dying on the last sesh, you douche.
Like he was so unwilling to let his arc go that he was willing to just die and stop it right there and ruin the campaign.
I mean,
honestly, I appreciate that level of spite.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to lie, fellas. I have had a crazy last week, and I haven't really had a lot of time to prepare, including writing a recap. But luckily, this little bit has already been written for some time. But I'm just going to kind of wing this recap. So, if you feel like there's something I missed, go ahead and pipe up and pitch in.
We got like level 17, I'm pretty sure.
No, you just jumped us straight to level 20.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, that was the fever dreams that you guys were having as you died mercilessly.
Then we woke up and realized that the coffers were overflowing, and it was just like crazy induced dream from the mass amount of wealth we accumulated in the previous session.
Or how they do that douchey thing in some movies where like it's a good movie, but then in the end it's just all a dream. You guys wake up in Hot Ma drinking around, in this donkey
don't
tavern.
You dare! Not a 3-year long campaign. Don't you fucking dare!
Start over.
I have a lot less children.
We're all level 2 again.
Okay, sorry, my Discord was getting a little glitchy there. Holler at me if I start glitching out or anything, fellas. But essentially, last session began in combat. The unkind queen in her icy palace had transformed her inner sanctum into more of a coliseum. And in doing so, she also split the party. She pitting each one of them against their own, various fae. There were darkling elders, a Bahur hag, and some boggles, a Korrid, a Meanlock, some quicklings, some red caps, some yeth hounds, and winter sprites, all pit against various party members. In the end, the queen decided to test one of you, the one she deemed most volatile, and that would have been Locris. And not agreeing to sell you guys out, the queen called off the ensuing battle and granted you guys permission, passage, if you will, through her icy palace for 1 hour. 1 hour's time to say, for you guys to say your goodbyes to Lagos as she refuses to part with his company. So, the entire Coliseum and all of its cheering Fae fans have been returned, back through the snowy, icy interior of this tower. It seems entirely hollow, except for a white throne of ice at its base, where the queen sits. As she sits upon this throne, it seems like a spiral staircase made of ice-covered marble seems to just appear from the walls with the grinding of stone. It spirals upward. And as it does so, it spirals upward and out of sight. The interior of this tower seems to go on infinitely. She looks to the party and taps her fingers on her throne as she looks you all over. And with half a smirk, she says, 1 hour. And that is kind of where we are now. You guys find yourself on the ground floor of this tower, empty, aside from a few paintings and windows and this now staircase going upward. And, of course, the queen and her throne itself. So kind of tell me how you guys proceed from here.
Does that 1 hour include travel time up all these fucking stairs?
As you say that, she doesn't even wave her hand. It's more like a twitch of a finger. An hourglass filled with snow just appears on the side of her throne, near like an end table. And it would appear that the clock is ticking now.
Shit. Should we run?
Logus takes off of the stairs.
Glader's gonna follow behind him.
Okay, yeah.
Renwick would be close behind Gladiator then.
Well, Chris is going to just casually follow.
Excellent.
Same.
Wade, I think you still have, just a reminder, because it hasn't been 8 hours yet, and you haven't died, but you still have Death Ward. Also, if possible, while we're running, Sean, can I use my Pearl of Power to get a 3rd level spell slot back?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool.
So as you guys ascend this spiral staircase, you go by dozens of windows and various paintings of, not only Fae, but landscapes and various heroes and, even like picturesque views of other realms entirely. As you guys kind of race upward, you do eventually come to a single door. It's got a frozen, like, white archway. The door is closed, ice kind of clinging to the handle. But on this platform with this door, the stairs do not stop. They continue going upward. However, you do come to a door on this landing. So my question to you is, do you continue up the stairs, or do you proceed with this door?
Did she say specific? Do we know he's at the top, or did she not specify?
When I was scrying on them, they seem to be at the top. Unless... So it's just one door?
Just one door. Ice on the handle. It looks to be made of wood and iron, with wooden door with iron hinges. But the stairs do continue upward as well.
Could I just check it, see if it opens?
The door is not locked, and as you swing it open, you see a menagerie of aquariums and terrariums. You see many, different odd-looking fish and animals seem to have been collected. This is almost like a zoo, if you will. Lots of different various creatures. Some of them fantastical and strange, some things you've never seen before. But also, it would appear that she has shrunk down some very regular animals. She has a couple of horses and a couple of rams, and even like the average cow or goat, all kind of in their own terrarium, if you will, just kind of grazing.
Is upon seeing this and seeing that it's not his father, Logus would just leave the door open so the others can peek in and then take off up the stairs.
Okay. As you kind of continue up the stairs, it's another couple 100 feet, but you encounter yet another door. This one made entirely of silver, with also a bit of ice clinging to the handle.
Is there more stairs? Or
Correct. The stairs continue to go up, but there is a second door.
same thing? Then I'll just check it, see if it's unlocked.
This door actually is locked.
I'll let Gladier know to relay the message if anyone wants to fuck with that and just continue on up the stairs.
Can I try and kick it down?
I can certainly. Oh, I was going to say I can certainly take a look, but if the handle's icy, something tells me there might be something on the other side that we probably might want to be a little bit prepared for.
The animal door was icy too.
I'll let our rogue handle that. I won't try and kick it down. He'll raise his foot, have a second thought, and then just keep following Logus and just yell after him. The door's locked. I don't know, Renwick, if you want to check it out or not. Yeah, I don't care. Either way. And then just keep running.
Yeah. Play it cool. And as he walks by you, he's going to try to sack tap you.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Would you allow sleight of hand?
Yeah, sure. It's got to be against his armor class, though. He is a decked out beefy boy.
Does a 24 hit?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Nice. Yeah, so he sack taps you, and then he'll go and try to pick the lock on that door.
And grit his teeth and try and run through the pain. Maybe throw up a little in his mouth.
I guess that would proc sneak attack if nobody else was around us.
Yeah.
Make you roll it out just to be a dick. You do 66 worth of damage. Hey, if the toothpick causes sneak attack, sack tap's got to proc sneak attack.
Let's see. I have gloves of thievery, so I have a +5 on lockpicking. Perfect. So that's a 22.
With a 22, the lock clicks and the door is no longer locked.
Renwick will turn around to Logus and just be like, well, I'm the fingers, but you're the eyes. And just step back.
I think I had already said I was going to take off.
Yeah, Logus bailed. Logus continued running up the stairs as you stopped to pick the lock. So.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Can I stealthily take a peek inside if they're bailing?
Yeah, you creak the door open and look inside, and it is very similar to the first room. Terrariums and aquariums and whatnot. But just at a glance, looking in, these do not appear to be creatures. They appear to be people from different aspects of life. There are elves, there are dwarves, there are halflings, dragonborn, and that's just what you can see. This room appears to be fairly large. It would look like the queen has a collection of both creatures and humanoids.
All right, he'll just close the door and sprint back to catch up with the party, and he's just going to inform Logus and Gladier, because I don't remember where Logus and Blade are, that it appears that she's not only keeping animals in this menagerie of hers.
So with Logos running up to the top, you continue to run in what looks like this stairwell will go on forever. but it does not. After some time, you come to a roof, essentially, a ceiling, if you will. And at the top of this flight of stairs is a hatch that looks like a trapdoor almost, but it leads upward.
I'll attempt to open it and keep it trucking.
Okay, so as you open it and pass on through, let's go down to the bottom of this staircase real quick to Blade and Locris. As you guys kind of casually walk up these stairs, you encounter this first landing with this door open. It would appear to be a menagerie of various creatures. How do you guys proceed?
Take a look at what kind of animals were in there.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
25.
Damn. So it is a wide array of animals, both magical and mundane. There's goats and chickens and cows and horses, but there's also like manticores and various magical beasties. A unicorn here, some sort of armored turtle that's wandering around. But all of them have been shrunk down to very minuscule size. And there are probably somewhere between 80 and 100 different little terrariums or aquariums, depending on if they're aquatic creatures or not, in this room. But yeah, they're just a wide array of animals of all kinds, magical and mundane.
Do we see any lizards?
So many lizards, like regular lizards. Then there's some sort of like magical type of winged lizard, very similar to what a wyvern would be. There are even like dinosaurs. You see a couple, Stegosaurus, Tyrannosaurus Rex, all miniature size, but wandering around various aquariums.
Any gold-colored ones?
Roll me a luck check.
Is that just a 20?
Just a raw D20.
I get all of them.
Perfect. With a nat 20, I'm going to say, yeah, you've kind of got your choice. She's got not only a wide array of creatures, but also, colors and subspecies, etc. It's quite an extensive collection.
I'll point to one and look at Locris and be like, hey, this one kind of looks like Ladia.
Well, grab it. Maybe it's one of his siblings.
Is there a way to grab it?
It is in a terrarium, so you have your choice. You could, potentially fiddle with a lock or just smash it, like your call.
I'll fiddle with a lock.
Okay, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check as you kind of attempt to pick this lock.
Damn, from one side to the other.
Yeah, you actually managed to break your lockpick in this lock in such a way where you have essentially almost fortified the lock, but made it unusable at this point. Someone's going to have to work on this. I don't even think the key's going to work on it anymore.
All right.
I point the wand of the chime of opening at the lock, and I discharge one use of it.
And the lock pops open.
Well, here I was thinking I was going to have to leave him. Thank you, Locris. And I'll kind of pop the top open and kind of can I just look to make sure he's not like fucking poisonous or something?
Yeah, go ahead and give me we'll call it animal handling or survival check. Your call.
Neither of which are great for me. Okay. Can't really tell, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're not 100% sure.
Oh fuck it. I'll pick him up.
Okay, yeah, perfect. You snatch up this lizard.
Nice and gently on my shoulder.
Sorry, my Discord's glitching a little bit. Yeah, you absolutely can take this lizard with you.
Perfect. And be like, all right. Maybe we can show him the Gladia. And then I'll head on out.
Before he closes it, Locust is going to take a little bit of his Fey whiskey, pour it into the water dish. Say, all right, let's go.
Perfect. All right. So, as you guys kind of continue up the stairs, another door, a silver door, trimmed in ice. This one is open, ajar slightly. But as you guys kind of peek in, you see a similar situation, but humanoids. There seem to be various subspecies of humans here, or humanoids rather. So, as you guys kind of move on, tell me how you proceed from here.
She has a collection of animals and now humanoid type deals. What a psycho bitch.
I mean, that's just fucking crazy. I mean, who would do that? I mean, I guess she would, but that's fucked up.
They're not our problem. We'll come back later. We gotta get Locust's dad out of here, and then who knows? Maybe a return visit at a later date when we're not bound by promises.
Yeah, I think that's best. And I'll make my way up the stairs.
All right, perfect. So we're gonna jump back over to Logos, but I gotta disconnect and reconnect real quick. My Discord's getting a little glitchy. Sorry. Let's do this.
Access to like a method that we could resurrect him, because at that point we really could kill him. It would probably break the magic on the spell. We could throw his corpse in the portable hole and we could be on our way.
Oh,
And
we
then
have
just bring
the
him back when we
cauldron
get home.
we have the cauldron of rebirth, which is a dead body up to 10 days.
Well, it sounds like
bring
we
back
might be
the
onto something there. Maybe we just single out Logos's dad, see if we can't just take him out, stuff him in the hole, and we'll bring him back when he's not under the influence of the queen.
Y'all are under the assumption that he's going to come easily. If my dad is looking to fight, I doubt even we could stop him.
I'm under the assumption that all of us could probably kill your dad.
Wow.
Right.
I don't know.
Old
Well, I'll try if it comes down to it.
old person, shove him in the hole and close it up. He'll die in 10 minutes.
And that's also assuming the queen doesn't come to his aid with her dragon if we harm him.
So many restrictions.
Yeah, 'cause we can't hurt the queen. Yeah, we might have to do some. First of all, let's why don't we just go and talk to him and see how bad this really is. Maybe he's only like
All right.
sort of
Can you
shy.
guys hear me? Am I coming in all right? My Discord's just really glitchy, man.
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, you sound fine over here.
Okay, as long as you guys can hear me. Perfect. So, top of the staircase. Logos, you burst through this trapdoor and immediately find yourself in a somewhat familiar room. It, not only is it covered in ice, but there are like tally marks. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With the 5 across it, everywhere on the floor, on the walls, on the ceiling. Covers the entire room. There's a small chest covered in ice in the corner. There is a pretty lavish bed. It is, very blue and silky. Seems to be the only thing in the room not cold or covered with snow or ice. But aside from that, you see, sitting on this bed is your father. He is wearing a completely white robe, and I think I described it as a Pope hat before, but that's not quite accurate. I'll send a pic in the feed. So he's got a completely white robe and a completely white wizard's cap, and mounted to this wizard's cap is this glowing purple crystal. He has a glaze over his eyes. The crystal crackles as you enter, and he looks at you confused. You're not Her Majesty. I didn't order any food. What? Be out of here before you get us both in trouble. And he kind of turns his cold shoulder to you as he kind of just stares out the window into the icy tundra.
I wouldn't worry about getting in trouble, Dad. The Queen allowed me up here. Do you not recognize me?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, Logos.
The amethyst dice came in clutch for a natural 20 plus 0. Oh, so
Nice. So he kind of looks at you, and you can see his eyes are kind of cloudy. There's a moment of clarity, and then the hat, an electric jolt, kind of sizzles off of this crystal. It seems your father flinches, and his eyes go kind of glazy once more. He says, "No, you're not real. She's told me you're not real." He gets kind of angry. He stands up. He says, "You're not going to trick me again. I'm just getting my mind back. You're not real. You're a part of the problem. She told me this. You need to go. You're not who you say you are. I this other life that I think I know, it's part of a curse, and she's helping me through it. This is not helpful." He calls out to her, "My queen! My queen!" Just kind of echoes through the room.
if I'm not real, Dad, then how am I here right now? How
He
can I
Go
touch
ahead.
you? And I'll reach out my hand and just kind of like put my hand on his arm. I'm here. You can feel me. How am I not real if you can feel me?
Logos, go ahead and give me an insight check.
That is a 24 total. 14 plus 10.
You see in his eyes a flash of anger, a flash of confusion, some sadness, and then panic, fear. Your dad sprints, turns on a heel and sprints. You can tell by his motions and his mental state. He is not thinking clearly, but your father would appear to absolutely be going to yeet himself off of the top of this tower. He sprints for a window.
I'll attempt to grab him before he gets there.
Go ahead and give me, we'll say, a initiative roll.
Was Logus the only one that came up the hatch? Or are we all still kind of like on the ladder? Or
I will say he beat you guys there for sure, but it would be at about this time where Logos goes running for his father that you, Renwick, and Gladier enter this. It's like a floor latch essentially, but it's on the ceiling. You have to kind of climb your way through it, but it is about this time you guys enter the room.
Oh God, it's a bad time to roll bad. It's an 18 initiative.
I also rolled shitty. I had a 4 on the dice, but 18 beats it. Lucky for you. You are quick enough to get to him first. Go ahead and give me a contested athletics or acrobatics check. You better be good. You got to beat a 23.
And once I get to put a diaper on the baby. Okay. Contested. I'm going to do athletics. Oh, come on. Oh, 19 plus 5 for 24.
Lucky dog, you. Yeah, you managed to not only wrestle your father to the ground, but pin him. Renwick and Gladier, you watch as Logos wrestles an older elf who looks remarkably like him, who's wearing a completely white robe and a white wizard's hat containing this purple gem that seems to be emitting small bursts of electricity here and there.
As they walk into the room, it seems it's the hat, that whatever's controlling him is in the hat. And as I tell him, I'm gonna try to pull it off of him since I'm on top of him right now.
I was gonna say if he has him pinned as Renwick comes up, can I attempt to like sleight of hand either the hat off of him or the crystal off of the hat?
Which one?
I mean, I guess the hat off of him, and then we can try to either destroy the hat or get the crystal out of the hat. But it seems like taking the hat off of him might be slightly easier.
Yeah, as you go to grab the hat, it's not going to be a sleight of hand so much as it is a wisdom saving throw.
So I gotta
well,
make one too, since I said I was gonna go for it as well.
Yeah, if you're going for the hat, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw. I'll say you can each make your own roll, or one of you can give the other advantage.
Are we in Gladier's aura?
Yeah, certainly. Gladier's right there with you guys.
And
yeah, I don't think he would have just stood by
Yeah,
it, but he would have gone to help, to try and help. So they.
What is it, a plus what?
10 feet. Plus 5.
I assume you have a higher wisdom save, so I will assist you in trying to get this hat off.
But with the plus 5, I have a plus 10, so I will make that. I make it with advantage. Thank God. Okay, so that'll be a 29 total wisdom saving throw with Gladier's aura.
As you pull this hat off of your father's head, It would seem that this hat, though it's just a simple piece of clothing with this pretty impressive jewel, is exceptionally heavy. It weighs hundreds of pounds. Moving it even an inch is substantially difficult. But as you do, it slowly but surely rises off of your father's head. And as it does, almost as if the hat has a mind of its own, tendrils of this purple electricity reach out for your father's scalp. And he kind of cries out as you officially separate him and the hat. At this point, Locris and Blade, you have found your way into this room as well.
Oh, Glade, you're here. Take it. It's trying to find its way back. As I like struggle with this fucking hat, heavy ass hat.
Yeah, Glader's just gonna both hands and then yank.
Yeah, now that you guys have separated it,
Thank you.
it is definitely very heavy and seems to be almost like magnetically drawn to Lagos. But for this time being, you have control of the hat. So tell me kind of how you proceed from here. Lagos, covered in sweat, just kind of passes out. He's unconscious on the ground.
At this point,
Sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna. Does this crystal look familiar to us? Like
it is
possibly another crystal?
definitely one of the 5 shards you guys are looking for.
Glader's just
Blade,
gonna,
get out the fucking portable hole.
Blade will, at a drop of a hat, no pun intended, pull out the
Yeah.
portable hole.
Throw the fucking hat in the hole.
We
Should we just
kind of
destroy
tried
it?
that with the other one. Just destroy it. It causes chaos till it's gone.
Well, in that case, fucking destroy it then. I was just hoping to get Logus's father away before we had to deal with the crystal, but if we have to do it now, let's do it now.
Glader's gonna hold the hat in his left hand, pull out his sword, and just swing at the crystal, try and break it.
Smite or no smite?
You smited it last time to break it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll burn a 2nd level spell slot to add smite damage.
Okay, it has a really low AC and hit points, but go ahead and roll it out just in case you totally botch this.
Off my own arm. That is a can't do math right now, stress. 15 to hit.
Totally hits.
Okay. And then the damage 1d8 plus 4d8 radiant. I'm sure this will probably just hit. Oh my, are you shitting me? I rolled 3 at once and got 3 ones. That's 3. And then that's much better. 10, 14, 17. 17 total damage.
The crystal shatters as this dark energy just kind of ripples, almost like a ripple in a pond, just kind of exudes from the crystal as this it is no more. The radiant energy destroying this. At that moment, several things happen at once. The first thing that happens is a guttural scream so loud it vibrates the entire tower. Not only does it vibrate the tower, the floor you guys are standing on and one of the walls in this top chamber crack, just split. Aside from that, this scream seems to set Lagos into motion. His eyes open wide. He throws himself from the ground to the chest on the other side of the room, and without even touching it, he just kicks the chest open, and several items come out of it into the air, and he snatches them up. And he immediately puts one of the most beautiful bows you have ever seen, enchanted to the max, gems, and it looks as if it's made of a single piece of ivory from some unknown creature. He jams it into the handle of this like door flap, and no sooner does he do that than does a mighty blow hit the other side of the door so hard it ripples the floor. And he kind of steps back, and it does not stop. Something powerful beats on the other side of this floor hatch, enough to shake the entire building you guys are in. And the only thing stopping it from opening is this magically enchanted bow, wedged ever so carefully. He kind of takes a step back and takes a deep breath, and his eyes find Logos. A smile creeps over his face, and he puts a hand on his shoulder. Logos says, "Boy, I have never been more proud of you than I am right now, in this moment." He looks sweaty, tired, but you see a brightness to his eyes you have not seen in a long time, and he embraces you.
Logus will hug him back and kind of at a loss for words. I promised Mother I would find you. I knew you were out there somewhere. I could feel it, and I couldn't rest until I knew for sure. How are you? Are you hurt? I can heal you, or at least get you near to 100%.
I'm fine, thank you, but well, at least until I meet up with your mother, I'm sure she's got plenty to say. She told me not to do this in the first place.
Well, Mother was just more worried than anything. They're gonna be so happy that you're coming back.
The pounding becomes ever stronger. The cracks in the floor and walls begin to spread. And Lagos just kind of looks to you. He's like, I don't know now if now's the time. We kind of got to move. I've been thinking about this for a while. And, trust me. He pulls out a piece of rope, and it looks to be attached to a grappling hook. And he gives you one good last look and says, up. We got to go up. He throws it out the window. It clinks onto something, and he is off. He jumps out the window with this rope and grappling hook.
Logus doesn't hesitate. He follows his father.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check to make it out the window and to the exterior roof of this tower.
It's not great. 17 total.
Oof, 17. Right on the money, but you struggle laboriously. Normally, you're very lithe and dexterous and agile. But it is a quite laborious struggle for you to get out the window and to the top of this tower. Clinging to the wall, gripping the bricks as you pull yourself upward.
Hey, Blade here, you gotta come check this out outside the window.
Yeah, let's put the worst climbers first, just in case.
What about that fancy ass fucking bow? We're just gonna leave that?
I thought he grabbed, he didn't grab it, did he? Well, I mean, unless you want to deal with whatever's on the other side.
I'm sure my father has a way of getting it back later. I wouldn't worry about it.
You're already gone.
All right, here. Renwick is going to usher the party toward the window, and he's like, "Don't worry, I've got it." And he's going to run to the door and jam his trident. He's going to pull it out of his bag of holding and jam it into the door and remove the bow, and then sprint toward the window.
Later's gonna cast Guardian of Faith, 10 feet away from the door.
Okay. Renwick, go ahead and give me we'll call it a sleight of hand check to pull the old swapperoo successfully.
That's a 23.
I'll say you are smooth enough and the trident enchanted enough to be durable enough to take the blows from this creature and not snap outright. So the pounding continues, the cracks continue to elongate, but you pull it off smoothly, and you have this beautiful ivory jeweled bow.
And I'm just gonna stuff that into the bag of holding as I'm running toward the window.
All right, everybody rolling out the window. Give me acrobatics checks to.
Do I have delayed ear by the window?
You do.
All right. I'm going to say, hey, you know dragons can fly, and I'm going to shove him out the window. But as I do, I'm casting fly on him, myself, and Blade.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Fuck yeah.
okay.
And it's a touch spell, so it's that's how I cast it on him. Was I just shove him out the window as the spectral crow wings form on his back.
I think later he yells, "Fuck you!" until he realizes he doesn't fall, and then he's like, "Oh, all right, thanks." And then he just zips up straight upwards to the top of the tower.
Excellent. Yeah, with the lot of you making your way up to the top of the tower. Wait, you covered? Yeah, that was the rest of everybody, right?
Just Renwick is only one I couldn't get.
Ah, so Renwick, go ahead and give me an acrobatics check as you make your way to out the window and up to the roof.
It's gonna be a 18.
Just enough. A little
Thank
bit.
God, it was a nat 3.
A little bit faster than Logos, but almost as equally labored. You know, it is definitely a chore to climb on the outside of this window up to the top of this tower. With that being said, as you guys kind of come to the top, a maelstrom of a storm off in the distance. You see, nothing but white tundra, snow and ice as far as you could see, except for this black cloud. Seems to be coming in rather quickly. And as this cloud comes in, this storm approaches, you see what would appear to be a face upon the cloud. None other than the unkind queen herself, crown and all, as her piercing gaze kind of shines out like spotlights and shines to the top of the tower, where they gaze upon you all. With that, thunder strikes, a storm begins to brew, the wind begins to blow, the stinging cold begins to set in, and a lightning bolt strikes the ground in a strange in a strange way. It is arcane, purple, twisting, crackling lightning, and you see that as it does so, almost as if the tower itself is a heart, as you kind of look down and around the tower, it would appear that like veins have seemed to just erupt from the tower in all directions. And as you look closer, they are not veins nor liquid. They are fey. Tens of thousands of fey are converging from every direction into this tower. Some of them spill into the main doors and into the main chambers. Others are winged or have the ability to fly. They shoot upwards, up the tower. Some, very large, like the Fomorians, waste no time and begin climbing the tower like these like large disformed apes, and you guys are essentially in the center of a maelstrom of not only snow and ice, but also the unseelie fae as they kind of descend upon your position, you have a few moments, but tell me kind of how you guys proceed.
Well, I guess at this point, okay, Dad, what's the next step of your plan?
Ah, shit, my bow. I need it. He thinks about leaving his bow in the door. Damn.
I imagine as he says that, Renwick kind of like catches up to them, is a bit out of breath, and he says, "You mean this?" And he reaches into his pack and he pulls out the bow and just like hands it to Lagos and winks.
You're a good man. He takes the bow, removes a single gem from it. It's like a fire opal. It looks enchanted. He takes it, slings his bow over his back. He looks to you, Logos. Once again, clasps your shoulder. You've become a fine young man, a warrior in your own right. As I said before, I've never been more proud of you ever in your life than I am in this moment. Braving other realms to save or stand up for those that you love. It's everything I could have ever wanted, for you, ideals for you to take seriously. And no matter what happens from here, you promise me that you look out for your mother.
Of course, but and then you can do that yourself and we'll get out of here. I didn't come all this way for you to fall or to stop trying. So quit talking like that and just tell me what you need me to do.
You just gotta answer me one question, kid. Do you know anything about the Shades Avian? Did they make it? Are they still here?
Yes. I can't remember their names. um,
They're here in the
what
Fey,
was,
in the Fey Wild. They didn't make it home.
no, they're still here. They refused to go back home without you. A lot of them were actually held prisoner, and we actually helped free them with the help of what's her name again, Sean?
Let me move my thing here. Alewin.
With the help of Alewin. She was actually being a nuisance to the Spring King that betrayed you. We were actually able to free four of them at least.
Well, I have to include them too, I guess. But thank you, once again. He smiles as he kind of fondly looks at you, and then his smile turns to a grimace, a bit of pain. He pulls this fire opal up to his lips and whispers into it. Naelogoth, ruiner of souls, I agree to your deal under the condition you take my son and his allies, along with my allies and myself, out of this place to safety, to home. As he does so, this little gem poofs, gone in a bit of flame. And at that very moment, a loud, thunderous rip in the sky, a rip of fire. This hole of fire in the sky is so massive that even the Unseelie Queen turns her gaze to it. And above you all, in this night sky, this fiery hole in the sky seems to just drop demons. Flamed, winged, terrible creatures come pouring out of it by the tens of thousands, and it is on. A clash between fire and ice, demon and fey, the Unseelie Queen commanding her armies to engage with these demons as they crash onto the landscape, effectively creating a barrier between the Unseelie Queen and the party. It is just then that a large demon lands on the roof of this palace with you all. Renwick, a shudder creeps up your spine. You recognize this demon from your dreams. He has been haunting you for a long time.
Oh fuck! I
He's-
really didn't think it was that.
he stares at you and snorts. Next time we meet, halfling, I will have your soul. He turns to Lagos. I accept your terms. And with that, a wave of his arm, and a fiery portal opens beneath you all, engulfing you all in darkness, and you all begin to fall. After only a few moments, you guys awake. You guys awake to the peaceful sounds of a flowing brook nearby, various fauna, tweeting of birds, ruffling of squirrels. The smell is different here. As you guys find yourselves coming to and looking around, you guys are where you guys have departed from. You guys appear to be at the Temple of Farlong, but it's not destroyed or old or decrepit. You guys are just outside Xanathia in the Nightwood, and the temple looks pristine. In fact, as you guys come to, a monk steps out of the temple holding a bit of incense and spots you all kind of laying around the gardens. He's startled at first, drops his incense. I didn't know we had company. I can set some things out. Give me but a moment. And he sets down his incense and runs into the temple.
Logos to take a look around. Is everyone here, including my father and the Shades Avian?
Your father is there, and the remaining Shades Avian as well. Alaywin, the kind of fighter monster hunter that you guys were dealing with. Celessa, this wizard. Eladornis, a druid. Elathane, he's a ranger similar to your father. He's actually related to you somehow. He's like your father's cousin. And your father as well, as you guys all kind of come to in this little circle right outside the Temple of Farlong.
Everyone okay? Night Logos will get up and, Dad, what did you just agree to?
I just wanted you and them to be safe. And they all, the Shades Avian kind of dust themselves off and stand up, and Alaywin kind of cocks her head. What do you mean? What did you agree to? You're a Fae slave now?
Logos, well, that's not what I asked. What did you just agree to? A demon just came out of the sky and put us in a fiery portal to come here. We could have had another way.
But what about
what's
them?
going to happen?
He gestures to the Shades Avian. There was only one way to get everybody out safe. I couldn't leave them behind.
You of all people know there's always another way.
I know, son. I know. But I always thought for the longest time that this prophecy was about me. And maybe it is in a way. But I don't think it is in the way that I had hoped or that I had perceived. But everything's gonna be all right. But it's gonna be up to you to carry on the family name and legacy. I'm gonna have to go away for a little while, and I don't know that I'll be coming back. At least not the same.
Why are you not answering the question directly? What did you agree to with that demon? Maybe we can work a way. There's always a way I could help you.
Well, I don't know how much you know about the Shades Avian, son. The others in the party kind of like turn their heads a little bit, kind of embarrassed. But there was more of us once. Reinfort and Sigwin. He kind of gestures to the temple next to you, or a cleric and paladin of Farlong. Anyway, we got too big for our britches, as they say. Monster hunting and all over the lands. We ended up getting contracted to, do several weird things. Going, chasing that dragon around interdimensionally was one, but another is we were tasked with slaying some creature in the Nine Hells. His name was Naelogoth. And it turns out the person who put the hit on Naelogoth was himself. He just wanted to lure us there so that he could capture and enslave us. We fought hard, but like I said, Sigwin and Reinfort, they didn't make it out. They fell in the Nine Hells, and I imagine their souls have been trapped there ever since. In fact, I know it's so. The prophecy that your mother knows of well, she's had visions of them there. And, well, eternal servitude sounds like a bit much, but maybe you could figure that out one day. But I have agreed to voluntarily join Reinfort and Sigwin in the Nine Hells as a servant of this Naelogoth in exchange for your allies and my. He gestures to the Shades Avian. Safe return here. So, I'm sorry, son. It was the best thing I could think of at the time. And I didn't want to lose everyone. The ante was upped significantly when you were part of the equation.
Well, normally I'd be fucking furious, pardon my language. But it seems this demon has a problem with our friend here, and I'll point to Renwick. Maybe this is something we can kill two birds with one stone in. Y'all said y'all fought once. Maybe all of us can bond. Maybe we have a chance. At one point, we're going to have to face him anyways because he's coming for my friend's soul. And, we're not just going to sit back and let that happen.
Well, I don't know what you have done to cross Naelogoth, but it must have been something great there, halfling. He kind of smiles at you.
To be honest, it really wasn't much of anything. I just pulled a fucking card from a deck. I really didn't expect this much out of it. Now, how the fuck exactly did you go and get involved in something involving that fucking thing? And I think, like, you can, for one of the rare times you see Renwick, like, sweating along his temples, he's just like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, how, like, this demon's been chasing me, like, your fucking father's involved. He's just, like, panicking more than normal, whereas he normally plays it cool.
Well, to be honest, once we figured out we were tricked, by Naelogoth, we fought like hell. Not to slay this demon at first, yes, but once we lost a couple of key members, it was about survival. We fought like hell to get out of hell, and we did it. And he was impressed. He gave me a gem and told me that should I ever need a favor, he would require one in return. But he can and would do anything to gain someone of my prowess as one of his servants. It's kind of a weird head trip that demons do. Archdemons, anyway. But I took the gem and I, against better judgment, did not destroy it. And luckily, I did. I think I saved all of our lives, essentially. Except for maybe mine. Ironically enough, he kind of scratches his head.
How long do you have before he comes for you?
That's just it. I can't go to Xanathia with you, son. This is goodbye. And kind of as he says that, a fiery portal opens up behind him. I've only got a few more seconds, but boy, I don't know that my heart has ever been more full. I accept my fate. And even if it is from the Nine Hells, I'll be eagerly watching your future. He moves in to give you one last embrace before he steps through this fiery portal to the Nine Hells.
I'll hug him back and don't get too comfortable there because I'll be coming for you soon.
I figure you might. Just know, when you see me again, it's not gonna be me. You do what you have to. He clasps you on the shoulder one last time, gives a nod and a bow to the Shades Avian, his adventuring party, who are all tear-filled sops at this point. And he steps through the portal and is gone. At about that time, a clumsy monk arrives. He's got a pony keg kind of draped around him with a rope and several glasses that he hands out to each of you. Here we don't have much in the temple, but guests are always welcome. Please, there's food, a little bit of bread. You guys are always welcome to stay in the temple of Farlangen. He kind of bows to you guys all.
Did he take his sweet ass bow with him?
Oh yeah, he for sure did.
I was like, you're not gonna need that in internal servitude. um, thank you for your hospitality, but unfortunately, we will not be staying. And Logus will kind of bow to him and just kind of stoically, not really say much to anyone, head out the door and just start heading home.
I'll accept the drink real quick. One for the road.
It's kind of like a warm ale. It's not great. Probably something homebrewed, possibly ceremonial in some way. But yeah, it's ale. Yeah, it's passable.
How far is Xanathia from the temple?
Only about an hour's walk.
Logus, he'll cast Tree Stride just to kind of speed it up a little bit because he's dog tired and very upset. It's only, I think, let me check. I think it's only 500 feet, but yeah, 500 feet towards Xanathia and just kind of open up a tree for everyone to step through.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Lucas is going to cast Prestidigitation on his beer until it chills enough to be a refreshing drink.
Excellent, yeah. You definitely go about cooling your ale.
Try not to malinga for too long. The tree doesn't stay open for too long, and he'll step in.
Rush through the tree.
Yeah, Renwick looks around and says, well, we've come this far. Just heads through.
Blade will follow.
Okay,
Same.
So it is not long before you guys are back in Xanathia. The trees are large and kind of hold up this like tree house village. Various rope bridges connect various buildings. There's a few entry points, but mostly easy to navigate. And as you guys make your way back to Xanathia, several people once again notice you guys, and Logus in particular. They're like, "Oh, welcome back! Oh man, it's been forever! Like, gee, last time I saw you guys was months ago." Several people are like shaking your hands, giving you high fives. There's a little bit of cheer as you guys kind of arrive. Like, "Oh, they're back! Woo!" The villagers are very excited, and they kind of there's like a slow clap going on that turns into a raging clap. Several people are hollering at you, "Come by Mikey's later. We'll buy you guys some drinks." You are talk of the town once again as you arrive in Xanathia. So tell me kind of how you proceed from here.
Logus would acknowledge people, not be rude, but he's very set on his mission to get to his mother right now. So
Chris
walking through.
is going to try and grab Locus's shoulder real quick. Do you want quiet time with your mom? A private moment?
It's not necessary. I just feel the need to fill her in on what's happening before rumor gets to her. Y'all are welcome to come rest, or if y'all need time in the town or whatever y'all need, I'm okay with whatever.
Do we give him quiet privacy time, or do we want to be there to support?
Renwick's definitely ready to kind of disperse and clear his head a little bit, especially given the fact that Logus's father is apparently tied to the same demon that is hunting me because I pulled a card out of a deck.
Lady or Blade, are we going to get drunk at Mikey's for free, or are we going to go with Logus so that he has loving support around him?
I mean, Lotus, if you want us there, we'll definitely be there.
Nah,
Yeah.
guys, go ahead, have fun. We just had a hell of a trip. I just need to see my mom. I might join y'all later. Y'all go, please.
Let's go to Mikey's.
Start heading that way. Question, Sean. During that whole teleportation madness and portals, did I manage to keep that little lizard with me?
I'm gonna say, yeah, for sure. You've got yourself this tiny little golden lizard.
Oh, glad to see you made it. And I'll just wanted to double check, make sure he's still there, and we'll go to Mikey's.
All right, as you guys kind of enter Mikey's, there's an eruption of cheers and clinking of glasses, and it is not long before some of the best honeyed mead, that Daanal has to offer is in your hands, and it's potent, and people are eating up your stories, and they want to buy you a drink. There's high fives and congratulations. You guys are once again the talk of the town. As Logos makes his way across the rope bridges leading to his family home. Logos, as you approach, you hear a crash in the house, and damn it, cookies, and a large squirrel flies out of the window and just kind of to a nearby tree and scampers off.
Upon hearing the crash and being a little paranoid, Logus would kind of pick up his speed and rush in to make sure his mother's okay.
You rush in to see Lorelei just kind of mending a pot that looks like it was knocked off a shelf, a pot with a couple of plants in it. And she turns as you enter, and she's like, "Oh, Logos! Oh my God, I was so worried." She steps forward quickly and embraces you, picks you up even off your feet as she gives you a hug. And she's like, "Son, boy, you did good. You came through right at the right time. It's been several months, believe it or not. I was beginning to get more than worried. I thought I was going to have to go to the Fae myself.
I think at this moment, being his mother should like take one look at his face and realize that he's not okay.
She grabs you by the hand and sits you down. She's like, "What's wrong, son?" She stares at you meaningfully.
Well, we did it. We found the Shades Avian. We saved Dad.
You see a smile kind of creep across her face. She can't control it, and she's like, "Well, what are you so sad for? And where you made it here before he did? I ain't seen him in years. I'm gonna beat him. I swear."
No, so like, you probably we should probably sit down and have a little tea. It's been a long trip.
It just so happens that she had some water boiling, and definitely pours you both a cup of tea as she sits and eagerly listens to your tale.
We we had found ourselves stuck at the top of a tower with no way out. We were surrounded and everything was coming. We had no way out. Dad saw only one way out and he took it.
What are you telling me, Logos? Where's your father?
He made it. It seems that he made a deal with some kind of demon in order for our safety. We the demon showed up and brought us here, brought us home, all of us, and in return took Dad to the Nine Hells.
You see, like, her lip tremble, a tear kind of wells up in her eye. I told him not to keep that damn infernal bead. Stupid man. She kind of looks off and stares out the window, but you see a couple of tears kind of come down her face. Well, at least I got you back, Logos. I have him to thank for that.
For the first time, Logos like breaks down a little bit and it's like it's not fair. None of this is fair. Everything I did, all the training, everything that I've done was to go and find him, to bring him home. And I finally did it and he's taken from me again. He's taken from us again. It's just not fair.
Son, when they first came back from the Nine Hells on their adventure, the Shades Avian, I had a dream, and it was the same terrifying dream every night for 10 days. And, well, I saved a bit of something. I think I should show it to you now. She walks over and, ruffles through an old drawer. She pulls out what appears to be a crystal ball. She sets it on the table between you and her as she makes herself comfortable again. And smoke begins to move within it. And as you gaze into this crystal ball, a background of fire, a terrible brimstone lake of fire, a man in looks like a knight's garb. It looks like the holy symbol has been scrubbed off. He holds himself similar to Gladier, a paladin of a different god. Aside from that, next to him is a man in some scale mail. Looks to be a priest of some sort, but his holy symbol has been burnt, destroyed. Their eyes radiate nothing but fire, And as you kind of see this scene, you know that you are looking upon two members of the Shades Avian who were deep in the Nine Hells. And as you look, they look to you and they begin to speak. When the sky is painted in fiery streaks and the comets cry the night sky seeks, a sacrifice foretold shall bend the fates as the dawn of doom upon the world waits. Heroes with heart, courage renewed, must gather as one to see the journey through. With blade and wit through trials untold, against a shadowed threat, unwavering and cold. In a frozen grove where silence reigns, a choice for hope still remains. A soul could offer, both noble and pure, to seal the rift and salvation ensure. For when the comet's light doth fade, the echoes of time will again parade. Upon the hero's act shall cast the fate of worlds from future to past. And then this fire just seems to consume these individuals as they kind of repeat this prophecy over and over and over. And yeah, I'll send you guys I'll type it out for you.
Thanks.
I think it was a prophecy, son. And your father thought it was mostly about him. But maybe in a weird way it was. I'm not sure. There's something bigger going on. And hopefully your father made the right choice. Maybe we could get him back one day. It wouldn't be too unheard of. I happen to know several people who've made it to the Nine Hells and back. Mostly friends of your father, too.
Well, it's funny you say that. That same demon who made a deal with father is actually after the little halfling that is traveling with me. He's been having nightmares with him for months now, and when they saw each other, he said he was coming back for his soul. So seems that fate would have us deal with him one way or another.
Well, oh, son, I'm sure. I would love to see your friends and hang out and get all the details of your fabulous adventure. I mean, you guys had to be doing something. You've been gone for several months. But I have a piece of mail for you. She kind of smiles and she goes over to her, runs upstairs to her personal quarters real quick and then returns. And it's a parchment with a binding, just a standard like hemp rope binding. Believe it or not, son, there's good news in all this.
When did this come in? What is this?
Pretty much right after you left. I've been holding on to it for a while till I could meet up with you again. Speaking of, I don't know if you know this, but you and your friends are kind of famous. And she reaches over and pulls a curtain back, and there is a shit ton of mail, like envelopes and various packages and things. Just so much mail. She's like, I was kind of like the last known place for y'all, and I told everybody that I would hold any packages for you, but they just keep coming. You see several duffel bags just stuffed full, just like bursting at the seams with like letters and parcels and etc. Yeah.
Wow, I don't even know that's a lot. I'm
Yeah,
gonna start with this one.
a lot of it's addressed to Blade, but there's a little something for the whole lot of y'all in there, really. But anyways, you should read that and take care of that real quick because I've been sworn to a bit of secrecy, and it's eating me up real bad there, Logos. You better take care of that right now.
Okay. Logos will look at the envelope. Is there anything written on the outside of the parchment?
Nope, just a rolled up parchment bound with a piece of twine.
Logos will untie it and read it.
It's just one line. It says, Logos, when you return, seek me out. I have news. Tardok.
Logos gets kind of red in the face. Any idea where I can find her?
Yeah, they have a permanent residence, kind of near the hot springs where y'all were kind of fooling around last time. They got to work, and there's a few stone structures down there, and that's where the tribe of the Lioness resides.
This seems important. Perhaps I should go see what this is about.
See you soon, son. Bring your friends on back here. I ain't got enough room for all this mail.
Logos will give one last embrace to his mother. I'm sorry. I really tried to bring him home to you.
She embraces you tightly and says, it ain't your fault that I fell in love with one of the most stubbornest men in the universe. So don't worry about yourself like that, son. We'll take care.
And Logos will head out the door towards where his mother said that he could find Tardok.
So you rush out and you head down to this hot spring area, kind of it's almost like the local bathhouse or whatever. And there are some freshly resurrected stone structures. They look to be made of various shapes and sizes of river stone, but there are several huts, and one of them seems to be a main gathering hall and has several of these large female orc warriors pacing about, coming and going.
Do I see Tardok anywhere?
As you approach the main hall, you enter, and there are several what appear to be warriors just kind of taking a knee around a sitting Tardok who is speaking, kind of giving them advice on various battle tactics and things. And as soon as you enter, she looks you, and you guys kind of make eye contact. And she, with a hand signal, a great shuffle. Several of these female orc warriors leave the hall, and it is just you and Tardok. You live. This is good.
You know I would. You said it yourself. I'm one of the greatest warriors you've ever met. What would I be if I went and died on a mission?
She smiles. Yeah, true enough. As she comes to her feet, Logos, you see she has quite the swollen belly. She is very, very much pregnant.
The fuck?
It wasn't me. It wasn't.
Logos faints.
She splashes some water on your face, helps you to your feet. One-handed, by the way. She picks you up from the ground with one arm and sets you back on your feet.
Oh, it's okay. I was Look, I'm assuming this is the news you had for me.
Do not worry. It is likely a female, and you will not have to lend a hand in her raising, but I figured I would tell you on the off chance it is a male. Males are not allowed in the tribe of the lioness, and if, as such, if it is a male, well, I have no worries about him finding a home happy and prosperous right here in Xanathia. But I figured you should know. You're the only warrior that I lay with in that time. This is definitely a night breeze. She pats her belly. You notice that Tardok is not only like pregnant, but she is like at this point a full head taller than all of the other orcs. They're part of being in the tribe of lionesses. When certain acts of womanhood kind of approach our lifetime, the gods see fit to grant us boons. And she flexes, and you realize that not only is she pregnant, but she is like exceptionally more ripped, more muscular, more fit. It seems that she's even larger. She's almost a solid foot taller than the last time you encountered her.
He has never been more attracted to you than I am right now. Well, let me tell you this, one way or the other, male or female, of course I'm going to be in my child's life. My father was an adventurer, and he made me the man who I am today. Male or female, they're going to be an excellent warrior, seeing who his parents are. And honestly, I couldn't be more happier.
She kind of nods and like rubs her belly. Yes, we are brewing the future ruler of Daanal Wisech. I'm sure of it. She kind of pats her belly.
Can I? May I touch your belly? I know it's weird. Well,
She almost doesn't really give you the option. She like drops it in your lap almost. She like
well,
forces you to touch it.
one way or another, this is a prince or a princess. Being as my mother and well, me now are the ruler of Xanathia, and you're the chiefess of the what is it? The lioness.
Aye, future ruler of Xanathia and chieftain of the tribe of the lioness as well. Nobility upon nobility. She looks fondly at her big old gut.
Have you thought of names yet? I know I've been gone a long time, but you've probably had more time to think than I have.
There is a naming ceremony for the females. The males are usually just discarded, but we are turning a new leaf in the tribe of the lioness. But alas, no, I have not made my mind yet.
My father was Lagos. I'm Logos. Maybe we can find something for them off somewhere like that. Keep the tradition going. Logan, Targos, Logos.
She smiles and kind of playfully shoves you. There will be plenty of time for that. I was actually in the middle of training. I'm gonna have to get back to that, but glad to see that you're here. I'm glad to see you around. Maybe we should catch up. Can't exactly put down the booze like I used to, but maybe I'll catch you over at Mikey's anyway.
I'll be there. You come find me when you're done.
She embraces you, picks you up off the ground and, gives you almost a crushing hug. Sets you back down before kind of giving you a bit of a glare. Her eyes narrow. Is that flowers in your hair? She sniffs you. Interesting. She kind of...
Oh, no. They know it, we were in the Fae. The Fae, they love their flowers. It was just them being nice thing. Nothing to worry about.
She says, all right, well, I'm off. I'll see you around. Thanks for making it back. It means a lot. She gives you a tender caress and then heads out after her troop, who are just outside the door, who immediately start catcalling and stuff as soon as she walks outside. They're like, ooh, oh, he's a cutie. Oh, it was that elf, huh? They're all giving her some shit. She's like, quiet, grunts, back to training. And she marches them off, to do some like cardio or something.
Logus will just kind of stand there, still pretty stunned that he's not really a playboy like Blade. And the one time he kind of steps up, gets her pregnant. Oh god! All right, I need to find my friends and have a drink. All right.
Are we saying Logus's pullout game is as weak as Anthony's?
100%. It's fitting that Logus is the first to have a child because Anthony is equally as bad. I love it.
I'm going to say Anthony is so fertile in real life, even his fantasy characters have children.
Oh, God. That was genuinely stunned in character and in real life.
Yeah, it was worth pointing out. Good on you.
Like, my cheeks are red right now. And I ain't talking about the ones on my face. Good Lord.
Why are those? Never mind. Let's move on.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, bro.
I'll DM you later.
So, as you kind of wrap things up with Tardoc, let's cut over to Mikey's pub. With a lot of you guys just having some drinks, telling your tales. You've got people just sitting on the edge of every word. Drinks are free and flowing. There's various foods, some fruits and things. Unfortunately, the food, upon first taste, even though they're like fresh fruits and salted meats, etc. Something about being back in the prime material plane. Food just doesn't have that zing, that tang, that perfectness of being in the Feywild, but it still satiates and tastes great.
Renwick, after taking that first bite and having that aw, damn, thinks about the things they were eating in the Fey realm and casts prestidigitation on his food and makes it taste like it used to taste.
Yeah, perfect. It's not long before Logus kind of finds you guys, and you guys are kind of all at Mikey's pub. Crowded as always. The drinks are flowing, and so is the food. You guys got your own kind of table going on. So, tell me kind of how you guys proceed from here.
Y'all would just see Logus like fucking dead face, like wide eye, just kind of plop down at the table.
As you sit down, I imagine because we went to the bar while you went to have this conversation, and it's been quite the fucking time. Renwick's probably like a little bit tipsy when you walk in, and you sit down, and he just looks over and he goes, so, I mean, I know it's a bit of a soft spot, but Your mom's single, right?
Renwick,
Technically?
if you ask me that again, I'm going to shoot you in the face with an arrow.
You're
Vader
right.
gives him a
That's
soft smack
overstepping.
on the back of the head.
So how are you guys doing?
Working on getting drunk. How's your mom doing?
She's fine. She wasn't as mad as I thought she'd be. I mean, she's just happy that we're home safe, and Lagos did what he had to do to get us here. Seems
Well,
that he's always getting himself into trouble, so I guess she's kind of used to it.
we gotta go pay this demon a visit anyway, so we'll get some research done and see if we can go say hi. Besides, there's a shard down in the hells, so we might want to take care of that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be leaving right away. I just found out I'm gonna be a father.
That was quick.
Vader physically, literally spits out some of his drink. Excuse me. What the fuck?
Renwick's just like,
disturbed?
well, this is calls for celebration, and he reaches down into the bag and he pulls out just a random bottle of liquor and just starts pouring it. Doesn't look at what the bottle is.
I went to see my mom. I had a letter told me to go see Tardot. By the way, y'all have letters at my mom's. Blade, you have a lot of letters. Everyone has something. Seems that
Shit, we got mail? I fucking love mail. I don't know what it is about mail, but it's just nice to get. I'm sorry, you're in the middle of a story. Go on.
You probably
yeah,
can't even read it.
um, I did the letter told me to see Tardok. I went. She's already got a big old belly. She told me I'm gonna be a father.
It's about that time that a large orc woman from the tribe of the Lioness enters the bar. She is substantially bigger and more muscular than a couple of her comrades that she arrives with. She is also very pregnant, and it is not Tardok, believe it or not. It is Zitar as she enters the pub, sits down with her ladies, and orders a round of ale.
Oh shit. Gladier. I know you don't have great eyes. Oh shit. Do you see that?
Is that even possible? I mean, we're
We we've
uh,
been gone for months, Gladier. It is
no,
very
no.
possible.
I mean, like, is Dragonborn and Orc? What would that even look like? I mean,
What does an elf and a orc look like? You
like
think
a half orc.
oh true. I guess that's not bad. Just an orc with ears.
Mm,
Oh,
Donald,
well,
dude.
maybe. Well, I have no doubt that Tardok's child is mine. Maybe Sitar, maybe she was, seen multiple people. Maybe you should go talk to her because I just found out I'm going to be a father. Maybe it's the stars have aligned for us to go through fatherhood together, friend.
Uh, God damn it. All right. Um, Renwick, what you got there? He reaches over and grabs whatever random bottle that Renwick pulled out, and
He had already like poured a shot for everybody and just slid it out, not looking at the bottle like said.
Glader takes his shot, grabs the bottle, takes another big swig.
Gladier, after the second sip on that bottle, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh god, you motherfucker! All right, con save plus 8. That is 16 on the die, 24. An iron stomach, baby.
Sweet tasting Fey liquor, this Fey vodka, if you will. Tastes great. Got a bit of a tingle to it. Something arcane about it. You can't quite put your finger on, but it's delicious and strong.
Oh yeah, he's feeling a little buzzed, feeling a little good, and he's gonna stand up and walk over to Zatar.
Her and her lioness pride type are just drinking. They're telling jokes. As you come over, the two smaller orc women kind of hush up. And they seem to be biting their lip. And Zatar cocks an eyebrow. Anything I could do for you, mighty paladin? She smiles, kind of showing off a couple of her tusks.
Hey, Zatar. Yeah, so we've been, I'm sure you're aware, we were gone for a few months. We were in the Feywild dealing with some stuff, but I couldn't help to notice, and he just like awkwardly gestures to her pregnant stomach.
Yeah, well, work hard, play hard. She kind of scratches her head. Like, won't really know till it's born, but don't worry. It's like a 1 in 4 chance. I mean, you weren't the only warrior I lay with in those times, but I guess we'll know if she's born with golden scales, huh? She kind of chuckles and takes a big swig off of her ale.
Sorry, I just saw Blade's message in the chat. Uh, uh, yeah, I mean, all right.
If it's a male, can I count on you to raise it?
Do you? I mean, either way, I'm not gonna just walk out. I'm not that kind of guy.
We
But
have no use for manlings. You can. I mean, I guess you could be around. We'll probably be here, to be honest. But I don't know. I thought somebody told me once that you're some kind of fancy noble. Didn't know if maybe wanted to take the kid with you. Long story short, Tribe of the Lioness. We don't do boys. We used to just discard them, but we're turning a new leaf. So he'll definitely end up on your doorstep if it has a penis, which hopefully not.
I mean, yeah, got a lot to process in that statement. Multiple statements you just made. Okay, I mean, yeah. First of all, I mean, technically speaking, I am of minor nobility. My house is kind of scattered and torn at the moment. We're focused on rebuilding back in Gordonshire. But second point, yeah, if it's male or female, they are welcome in my house. I will be there. But if you don't just leave them on the doorstep, I mean, there's wild animals and cold and germs and stuff like they're infants. Just knock on the door at least, and I'll answer it and take it inside.
All right. I mean, obviously, but I mean, there's a chance that it's not yours. So don't worry yourself too much. She reaches over and pinches one of your cheeks. She's like, I wouldn't mind it being having a rich father though. That sounds keen to me, even if Tribe of the Lioness or no. She cocks an eyebrow at you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not one to just up and abandon my own kin. So yeah, keep me. Maybe we can. I can find a. I can purchase us some sending stones. I'm sure there's some magician around here, wizard around here somewhere who can enchant those up or sell them to me, and we can keep in contact. And yeah, we can yeah figure it out. But yeah, like I said, just don't leave it on the doorstep. I'll get it. Um,
Are you telling me how to raise my not yet born child already? Ah, she rolls her eyes. The other girls kind of giggle at you. She's like, he might be the guy. My luck, this will be the guy.
yeah. I'm not trying to tell you how to raise it. I mean, but in my defense, you did say you were going to leave a infant child on the front doorstep and
I mean, I might
walk
send
away.
it through the mail. It's probably easier.
That's so much worse. That's incredibly worse.
Well, I guess you better make an effort to stick around. See how things work out. She smiles at you before taking another
Yep.
big swig of beer.
Oh Jesus
Locust will
Christ!
get up and
Yeah.
join them. I'm sorry to interrupt. Zatar, are you and Tardok pretty much in the same trimester or whatever y'all call it?
Aye, we're both several months along at this point.
Oh,
Pregnancy has a weird
You
effect on my tribe mates. She stands up and flexes, and yeah,
yeah, I
Gladiator.
figured
Even you
me.
notice she is massive. She's gained almost a foot in height, and she is swole. She has tons of muscles to accompany her big belly.
do you know a approximate due date? Like how long are you pregnant for as female orcs?
With a 4 on an insight check, she just kind of shrugs. She says, Kid comes when it comes. Could be tomorrow, could be 2 months from now. But as far as I know, 9 months is a regular term. Me and Tardok are about 7 at this point.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Uh,
congratulations, you two. I will go back to my table. Bye.
She cheers you. Once again, it takes a mighty draft off this beer.
Baker cringes as she drinks alcohol. All right. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna look in before we leave here. I'll see if I can find some sending stones because we might be heading out soon. But I'd like to keep in contact and yeah. We'll figure this out and yeah.
She smiles. She says, All right, you do that. I'll be here. I'm not planning on going anywhere. Still running guard duty here in Xanathia. Probably will be for a couple more years at the very least. Hopefully longer than that. But I'm not going anywhere. Don't you worry, cute thing. She gives you a fucking pat on the ass. She says,
Just all right. Yeah. Well. Yeah. You all have a good rest of your night. I'm gonna head back to our table and drink heavily.
While all of that was going on, Locust is going to take 2 shots from the fairy bottle and choose to fail the saving throw.
Okay, let me roll a die real quick. Below Chris, you actually managed to age 5 years.
Do I look more rugged?
Yeah, the vodka goes down smooth. It's definitely a tasty, crisp vodka, but it leaves like an arcane tingle in your joints and your fingertips and whatnot. But yeah, you in a few seconds burn through 5 years. You age rapidly, even though it's briefly, but still.
I'll pass the bottle over to Renwick and say, "Take a drink of this. It'll put hair on your chest."
Can I roll a sense motive?
Yeah, insight check if you want.
8. He didn't notice. He takes a swig.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a con save.
I'm within Gladier's aura, right?
Yeah, I imagine Gladier's made his way back by now.
Yeah, I was walking back towards the table. +5.
Not much
that is-
protection there.
That is an 18.
No, sorry, I had to look through it. 18 is the magic number. You pass. You are. It's tasty. It's got a crisp burn to it, but alas, it's got this arcane taste, flavor, tingle, but no side effects.
Renwick kind of does one of those things, like, when you take a shot and it hits you right and you feel it from the base of your spine and it just kind of like wiggles its way up. You get the trembles for a quick second and he's just like, whew, that's good shit. And then he sticks his hand out toward Blade.
Logus will snatch it before he goes to Blade. Sorry, Blade. I need one ASAP. And
Oh, of course.
you know what? And he'll try to get the bartender's attention to get like a round of shot glasses for everyone.
Oh yeah, Mikey's happy to produce some shot glasses for you. You don't want me to fill them up first? Are you sure? I can fill them up.
Later.
Maybe afterwards. We found something on our travels. It's a little more potent.
Actually,
you're welcome to
Mikey-
join us.
Yeah, Mikey, grab a shot glass for yourself if we're all doing one.
All right, that's what I'm talking. That's hospitality right there. He provides his own shot glass.
Is it a single or a double?
I'm gonna say these are hefty shot glasses. You could pour a single or a double or more into this glass.
I fill them to the top for everyone.
Ooh, that's definitely a pretty good dose of alcohol for sure.
Pass one out to everyone. Is Gladier back with us?
Yeah, you guys have all reconvened.
Round of drinks for everyone. You don't have to shoot it. I probably will. Gladier, you probably should. Just want to toast, Mikey, for being a excellent patron and always taking care of us. And to everyone else, that we made it home yet again from another, honestly, life-threatening mission. Seems that we have a lot of those these days, and especially to me and Gladier, to going on this journey of fatherhood together. Honestly, I couldn't ask for a better friend to navigate these tumultuous times coming. I'm happy for you, man. I'm proud of you. I know you're going to be an amazing father. And congratulations. And he'll hold his glass up to clink it.
Mikey also, holds the glass up and clinks and takes a big. He downs the whole thing. Everybody taking a shot. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
The first time Glader heard Logus say the word father, he took the whole thing.
Mikey
Question.
downs his as well.
Well, Logus also said he poured doubles, right?
Yeah.
So anybody slamming the whole thing is rolling two separate.
It could be more than a double.
Well, everyone also gets +5 to their con
Okay,
save.
that's what I was
As long
going
as
to
I'm still conscious, everyone gets a +5.
I'm choosing to fail again.
Well, you said you slammed the shot, so I think Gladier should go first, because if he goes unconscious right now, then we don't have the
Well, if we're doing
the
it
aura.
simultaneously, we would get at least the
No.
first round.
I said the first time you said father in your speech, Glader took it.
Oh, true.
So like halfway through your speech, Glader shoots the whole thing.
Okay, go ahead.
So my first roll was an 8 for a 16 con save. The second was a 12 for a dirty 20.
Okay, so as you, let me roll a die here. Gladier, you also age 5 years. You rapidly age, though, but only for a second. You gain 5 years of life added to your body, tingles in your joints and your bones. Blade, let me roll another die. Oh shit, Blade! You actually gain 10 years. You rapidly age. You guys see, Blade goes from kind of clean cut to like a pretty scraggly beard. It looks like he hasn't shaved in quite some time, and it's immediate. The beard just grows on Blade quickly.
How old am I right now? I can't remember.
Logus, if Gladier is still conscious, that'll be double 19s. Roll 14 plus 5 for 19.
Both passes. It is potent whiskey or vodka, but it definitely has a arcane kind of flavor, smell, like tingle to it for whatever reason. But yeah, tastes great. It's absolutely top notch vodka, but also very strong. Renwick with a 14. I'm gonna roll this out. You don't get quite so bad. Only 3 years, Renwick. You rapidly aged for just a moment after a shot of this very tasty, kind of arcane flavored vodka.
I'd like to think his beard just gets a little bit thicker and his mustache gets a little bit more curly. And then he just kind of like looks around, and the first person in the group that makes eye contact with him, he just gives the wink with his newfound facial hair. Maybe like a slight wrinkle.
Logus being probably the most observant one would be the receiver of that wink. Very nice, very suave, very dapper.
What can I say? I age like fine bay wine. And he just kind of like kicks back and admires the empty bottle that we just killed as we passed around double shots to everybody.
Gladier, how long do Dragonborns live for?
Uh, I think the average is like, I think it's like, that's a good question. I actually don't know that off
Do
the
they?
top of my head.
Well,
Later
I think
knows.
it's similar to human. I think it's like about 80 years, give or take.
Yeah.
do they? So, do you live about the same as an orc?
I think so.
Well, that confuses me. Will my child have my lifespan or his mother's lifespan? Because that would suck if he has his mother's. But unfortunate as it may be. Blade, you're a half elf, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
probably
live?
have
Do your kind live long?
I mean, we generally live a little bit longer than most humans and all that. Not as long as elves, if I'm not mistaken.
I have to find a potion of immortality for my child so he can live as long as I do.
Oh yeah, that'll be easy. Easy work for us. Yeah, we got that. We can do that tomorrow.
Well,
Be a
you don't
sad
need it because you and your wife and your missus, whatever you are, and your child will probably all die around the same time. I could live to several hundred years old, and I'd have to watch my child die.
Oh, that's depressing.
crazy.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. But Locris, I rolled equally high. You actually, on your second save, gain an additional 10 years.
Oh my god. How old is Locris now?
I just put 15 years on him today, so he's got to be in his 30s.
Yep. He's 19, so 34,
Oh shit.
and he's got some sinister-looking horns on his head now.
Locris, you look a little different. Are you what's going on here? You've got
Locris looks like a fucking problem, dude. We all look so much cooler when we're older.
I don't think I
You
look
just
that much different.
I mean, I've got to be it.
I wonder how I'll look. Renwick, do you got any more of that aging shit?
Oh,
Well,
maybe
you can certainly roll the dice, and he reaches into the bag and he pulls out half a bottle of whiskey that we had cracked into on a different night, and just passes it over to you. And how did Mikey fare it when he slammed the double shot? Did anything happen to Mikey?
Mikey, I only rolled the one, so let me double check. Yeah, Mikey's good. Mikey's got impressive constitution. Mikey makes moonshine, so he's pretty tolerant.
He's also friendly to me, so he should get a +5 too. It's only like it's anyone friendly to myself. So
Yeah, Mikey passed with flying colors for sure. He's thankful for the gesture of sharing. So thankful that he's not going to comment that you brought outside liquor into his bar. He's going to allow it this time.
Logus will pour himself another, filled to the brim of this thing. This time he's going to choose to fail the drink because he wants to age with everyone else.
So I won't make you roll a couple of times. I'm just going to make a roll. And this was the whiskey, correct? Logos, you actually become younger very rapidly and by a lot. You reverse in age 11 years. You are now like adolescent. You're like a teenager.
I'm a child right now.
Do the voice.
I don't think that worked.
So, how do I look? Do I look as cool as y'all?
What was that, Blade?
Why are y'all looking at me funny?
You look like you'll be able to be schoolmates with your kid.
Oh, that's cute.
Mikey comes over and like takes the shot glass away from Logos. He's like, hey, no minors, kid. Sorry. He just takes the shot glass and walks off.
Oh, what a bummer. How did we revert this last time? Oh, man, I think I'm going through puberty again.
I think you just gotta drink more until you get back to your regular age. Here, take the bottle. And just hands him the whiskey bottle.
I mean, it was I have a bottle. He's got at least a couple more shots in there. You could probably write this wrong. And Renwick's just going to slide it to him very subtly, making sure that the bartender's not looking.
If I mess up again, I will be a baby. I cannot take that chance.
You might blip out of existence, but yeah, I don't know what other options we have.
I remember what it was. Do you still have 50 gold on you, Lucas?
Yeah, I do.
Wait, I
Well,
got
let me
50 gold.
see
Don't
it.
worry about it. Waiter's gonna reach for his gold purse that isn't fucking there.
Yeah, you don't have your coin purse. You're broke.
God damn it.
I'll flick him 5 platinum.
I'll pocket the money and just snap my fingers and cast Remove Curse on Lucas.
Logos, you return to your normal age. At about that time, all of you kind of get this telepathic message from Lorelei. Hey, I just want to let y'all know Zeriotal is here and waiting for y'all. So if you wouldn't mind, this guy kind of brings up some bad feelings and memories. You should come talk to him so I can move him along. I'm trying to be hospitable, but he's kind of a twat.
Yeah, we got to
So
tell him about the information.
Did
We
you
get
guys
paid.
do that?
how drunk would we be right now?
I mean, you guys have been tying one on between the Mikey's honeyed moonshine, honey mead, and the Fey liquor. You guys probably got a pretty good buzz going on, I'd say.
All right,
Glader,
all right.
Logus, that's my name, Glader. Logus, I don't want to, offend you or scare you or anything, but your mom just asked me to come back
If
to your
if
house,
you
and
say, "Oh my God," if you say something about my mother, I'm going to shoot you in the face.
I'm just saying, I don't know if you guys got the same message, but she just asked me to come over real quick. I'm just not that.
Yes, I got it.
Oh, you did? Okay, so it's not just me. I misread the situation.
All right, all right. I'm gonna make it right now. Anybody talk about my mom, I'm gonna shoot him. Like, if she's a good woman, all right, she's got a lot on her plate right now. She didn't need you assholes hitting on her. God damn it, give her some space.
Glader just gives him a hug.
Is he
He's
still
a
saying like the kid?
Say that again, Blade.
Oh, never mind. No. He got the curse removed. That's right.
no, say
It's fucking
Don't talk
child
about my
joy.
mom.
All right. One more round, then we go. Mikey,
Mikey's
one more round.
happy to provide you all with another round of beverages, and he cheers to the sands of justice. He pours himself a drink and holds it up, and the entire bar kind of holds their beverage aloft and gives a good hurrah for the lot of you. And
Logus stands on his table and me and this guy, he points at Gladiator, just found out we're gonna be dads. And holds his glass up.
a cheer throughout the bar.
Glader looks concerned.
What does Zetar do when I say that?
She full on face palms, but she's kind of she's there, I guess.
Raises a glass.
she half-heartedly raises a glass as she face palms with the other hand.
All right, Locust will down his drink. Come on, Gladiator.
Yeah,
Two greatest warriors we're gonna have. Woo, fucking warrior offsprings, man. They're gonna be rulers of this goddamn country. You mark my word.
yeah, fuck yeah. All right, let's go see Zeriodal, Xerox.
Xeroxetol. Let's go.
Come on, guys. And he's gonna like pick Renwick up and just put him on his shoulders.
Renwick's buzzed
Blade.
enough. He's just gonna roll with it.
Blade, play us out. Play us a song while we walk out.
Yes, Blade. Song. Exit music.
Take a look at these two. They're gonna be dads. But when you really think, it might be kind of sad. And I don't know. Cheers to all.
A cheer erupts as you guys kind of leave this Mikey's pub and make your way towards Laura Lee and Locus's house. It is not long, only a rope bridge or two later, you find yourselves at Locus's family home. And as you enter, Lorelei and Zeriotal are having tea. Zeriotal in his elvish form and in these copper flowing robes with an almost obnoxious amount of copper jewelry, rings and earrings, and even a couple nose piercings. He looks to the lot of you excitedly as you approach. He stands up and kind of claps. Ah, bravo on returning. Ah, please tell me you have good news. What is the fate of? I've been informed. He kind of looks somber for a moment about your father, Logos. My condolences. He kind of bows. He says,
Stereotype, man. You're
but tell
bringing
me,
down.
what of the shadow dragon? Did you find
You're bringing
it?
down the mood, man. You're just bringing up my dad who got dragged to hell. See why my mom doesn't really vibe with you.
He's like, what? We're the best of friends. And Laura Lee just like doesn't make eye contact. She's just looking out the window, drinking tea, ignoring him.
It's just all business, man. Why did she come to Mikey's and have a drink with us and talk with us there? Damn.
Well, I didn't want to intrude, but yeah, I might be persuaded to have a beverage or two, but business first, rather. Tell me, what is the fate of the Shadow Dragon? Did you find it? Did you slay it? Did you do battle with it? Give me all the details.
First of all, Zeriotol, we've been through so much together, you couldn't possibly intrude. Next time we're having a drink, you have a drink. Deal?
All right, I suppose. He nods.
Okay, second, the Shadow Dragon, we found it. It's a little dog now. It's the extent of what we know about it.
It's a dog now? I'm confused. Elaborate.
Guys, is the dragon not a dog now? Like, am I lying?
Well, it's kind of like just a smaller version of itself currently being contained by the mean lady queen.
Kind of like this, and I'll pull out the golden lizard there.
Oh, shit, you got a lizard?
Yeah, I mean, I brought him along. He looks like you, I think. Reminded me of you.
Well, that's cute.
So are you.
Oh, shucks. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we didn't kill it. We did see it. We witnessed it. It's in a smaller miniature form. Being controlled by the Queen of the Winter Court, I believe, in the Feywild.
He kind of looks. He's like, oh, really? Interesting outcome. He kind of ponders for a moment. Well, a deal's a deal. Thank you, Sands of Justice. Once again, you've been most useful in some of the affairs of dragons. He reaches into his flowing copper robe, cloak rather, and produces an impossibly large chest for the pocket it seemed to be in. And he sets it on the ground with a loud clunk. Payment, as promised. I'll be back. But this information, I must relay it as quickly as possible. But alas, thank you so much. He bows to you. He turns to Lorelei. He takes a knee and gestures his hand out, caressing her hand gently. He says, "Thank you for your hospitality." Kind of going over the top after hearing maybe she doesn't like him so much. And he takes his leave, leaving behind a rather large chest. Within said chest, 50,000 gold pieces.
Holy shit.
A lot of donkeys.
Please tell me you're not going to buy 10,000 gold worth of donkey's blade.
I don't know.
That's probably easily 100,000 donkeys. You could have a donkey army. Wait, do it.
I might. I'll sleep on it.
All right. With as you guys are kind of standing around, Lorelei finishes her tea and she begins. She pulls back a curtain that reveals a shit ton of mail, and she begins kind of going through it. She's like, "This, some of this is most of this is for y'all." She starts kind of handing you guys some mail. Gladier, she hands you a couple of parcels first. A gold-colored envelope, and then a larger gold-colored envelope. This regular envelope, it appears to be a letter from Valinor, and the second of similar make. Yeah, it's two separate packages from Valinor. Moving down to let's see here, Skadoosh. Locris, two elvish blue envelopes, one from each one of your parents. She turns and hands Renwick a rather thick envelope with a stamp of the seal from Borsland. And unfortunately, not any more mail for Logos. However, she walks over to Blade. Blade, she hands you an elven blue letter, a package with tied with elven blue twine, a red envelope, and then she just kind of sighs and she's like, this will be faster. And she just hurls a couple of duffel bags at you full of mail. Every envelope, every letter, every small parcel and package, all addressed to you. And she just kind of dumps them out around you. Like, Blade, you have hundreds of parcels of mail at this point, and everybody else got a letter or two, but a majority of all of this mail is actually fan mail for Blade Silverstring. Renwick, sorry if I cut out a little bit, but you definitely got a parcel marked with the seal from Borsland. I won't keep you guys too much longer, but let me disconnect and reconnect so I can chat you guys up for just a second. Okay, sorry. Had to make sure I was running at efficiency here. Alright, so as you guys kind of get handed these letters, I'm going to roll through some of them real quick. Whether you share this information with the party or keep it to yourself, it's kind of up to you. So, Gladier, this regular envelope from Valinor, you open it up. He firstly thanks you and your company for all they have done for the nation of Hordenshire. He swears his allegiance to you. Should you ever have the need, just call, he says. And he, with resources in tow, will always heed your call. Should you need him, just ask, Gladier. He mentions in this letter how the nation has prospered greatly from the deeds done and seeds sown by the sands of justice. He hopes not to offend, but your family wing in Gethmara Keep is still yours to do with as you see fit, but has been repurposed as to accommodate his allies and himself. But it has also been renamed the Sands of Justice Wing. The large envelope that accompanies this is several legal documents. A deed to the Sands of Justice wing of Gethmara Keep. It includes like a main hall, a dozen private rooms, 5 separate washrooms, a full kitchen, an armory equipped with a forge, a training hall, a full bar and lounge, a dining hall, a private library. A deed to a small farm and ranch just outside Gethmara Keep. About 50 acres, currently producing profitable ventures of potatoes and corn, also contains about 12 head of cattle, 3 horses, 10 pigs, and 5 goats of the desert variety. On top of all of this, there are 20 separate contracts, one for each of the servants currently in your employ. Locris, these 2 elven blue envelopes, one from each of your parents. Inatiari writes, hopeful that you're taking care of yourself, excited to relay how much the community has embraced her, not only for her skills as a seamstress, but which has led to a profitable business venture, but also for raising a fine hero of a son. And she hopes to hear from you soon, sending her love and prayers, as well as a pastry recipe for lemon squares she has recently come across that is to die for, in her own words. Dardros writes, hopeful that you're taking care of yourself, excited to tell you of the many sculptor, constructions, and architectural jobs the nobles and even royalty have paid him to consult on or even complete. He shares some excruciatingly boring details about all of this for several pages. He mentions making exceptional wages and not only designing but also beginning construction on a new home. He also mentions his intentions to gift the old family home to you should you be done with venturing and want to settle down close by one day. He mentions how proud he is of you and that he wants you to write your mother as soon as you're able to kind of ease her worries. Renwick, a thick, hefty envelope with the seal of Borsland stamped upon it. James Turner, your father, writes, first expressing concern for you and your well-being and an eagerness to hear from you. He writes that your deeds and fame have led to a boom in business, so much so that he is opening a second location upon Wafet Isle and is currently in negotiations for a third upon Hero's Perch. He fantasizes about a time in hopefully the near future where you have sown your wild oats, met a nice halfling woman, grace him with some grandchildren, and settle in and down and help him run a few profitable and proper businesses while teaching the next generation the ropes. He mentions hiring and firing a few employees here and there, missing your mother, and how she would be proud of you that you have accomplished, of what you have accomplished. How he wonders what his old first mate is up to, Arthur, and maybe what he's doing or where he's at, and how he kind of misses the sea and often considers selling it all to buy a ship and set sail anew. He hopes to hear from you soon and sends his best wishes. Logos, you already got your parcel of mail. Blade, this elvish blue letter, a package with elvish blue twine and a red envelope, and this obviously a large leather duffel bag bursting at the seams, full of letters, hundreds of them. The duffel bag is full of fan letters, people requesting you to play or perform at weddings, festivals, private events, and more, both men and women professing admiration, undying love, and an eagerness to be involved in your life as a pupil or romantic partner, and more. The blue letter, however, is from Lord Svelison, remarking on the incredibleness of this fine instrument he has commissioned for you, and how it would be an absolute travesty if he were not able to see you perform with it. In fact, he would consider you not performing for him with this fine instrument an act of betrayal. He mentions his desire to see you soon and that he hopes you are well. He looks forward to some correspondence and is generally curious as to your thoughts about the item. After that, several pages of terrible and mundane poetry about nature, landscapes, and architecture follow. The package with the elven blue twine, as you tear it open, is a beautiful, gold-inlaid, gem-encrusted, ivory double-necked lute. It is made of ivory encrusted with emeralds and contains literal strings of the finest silver. An instrument of the bards, if you will. So for this particular item, Blade, it's called the Anne's Truth Harp, You might want to look up the stats. It is an instrument of the bards, and we are going to flavor it from a harp to a double-necked lute. So you might want to look into that because it's a pretty dope little weapon.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, so I'm sorry. It was called.
The Anstruther, Anstrur. Here, I'll just drop it. A little too much wine to be spelling crazy things. Okay, Anstruther harp. That's what it's in like D&D Beyond or the Player's Handbook. But we're gonna flavor it to be this beautiful double-necked lute that you have had commissioned. Now, Blade, I have a question for you. Do you speak Dwarvish?
I do.
I thought so. Okay. This red envelope, written in Dwarvish, from a Darius stone whistle. Greetings, Blade. I hope this letter finds you well and in good company. It's amazing to hear far-off tales about a wee lad that got his first taste of performance and freedom right here with us. I wish I had better news, but alas, Venrir got pinched for a bit of larceny, and, well, I was hoping you, with your newfound fame, may be able to help. You see, he thought it would be prudent to rip off the old Ornault estates. And frankly, fame or not, your familiarity with those in question may be the deciding factor in whether he lives or dies. Apparently, he was caught looting the manor. There was a scuffle, and a battle axe of an old maid took a tumble. He and a battle axe of an old maid took a tumble down a rather large flight of stairs. He found himself injured and unable to flee, while the maid didn't actually survive. She was old as dirt anyways. She couldn't have had more than a few seasons left anyhow. Alas, old Roderick Ornault has him pinched for burglary and murder. He refuses to listen to reason. Please, Blade, Venrir is sometimes stupid, but a good man, and not a murderer. He is my very best friend, and due for the gallows in 3 weeks' time. Him and a handful of drunks at the Rusty Beaver are all I have. If you can find it in your heart to help the man who truly helped us both find our way in this world, I would forever be in your debt. Darius. P.S. I am staying at the Rusty Beaver for the time being, should you find your way home.
Blade is just going to kind of take the letter and just kind of dwell on it, like stare at it, and then just kind of put it in his like maybe his vest or his coat, and just kind of play it cool.
Yeah, so
Since,
as you guys kind of go through all your parcels of mail and things, I think this will probably be where we end this arc, gentlemen. Is there anything you need to do before we bookmark our tale?
Yeah, since Logus wasn't actively getting any letters and was just kind of watching the rest, could I insight Blade when he's reading that letter to see if I can clock that he's troubled?
Yeah, I'll say go ahead and give me an insight versus Blades. I don't know. I'll let you choose persuasion or deception there, Blade. Your call.
Persuasion or deception?
Yes, against Logos's insight check. Unless you're just
All right.
an open book.
Well, I rolled a 28 insight, 18 plus 10.
Damn, yeah, he reads me like a book.
Yeah, he definitely has a bit of concern. You can tell he's pretty excited for his new gift, this sick double-necked lute that he has commissioned. But, yeah, upon reading one of the letters, Blade may or may not look a little concerned.
Secondly, I'm going to clock where he puts that letter.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you said you just casually set it in your pocket there, Blade.
Yeah. I'll just kind of like tuck it into my jacket or like my vest.
At this point, Logus is. We've all been through emotional stuff, and he's getting tired of Blade's secrecy. And we'll leave that for next session.
All right, and I think that's it. We're gonna put a bookmark on our tail here, fellas, and next time we do some campaign, we will be starting our final arc. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We'll see.
Oh shit!
See, that's what you think, but about halfway through the quote unquote final arc, we're gonna start killing off characters so that we can just make new characters and add more arcs and just drag this out for fucking ever.
Right.
Campaign just
Logus
never
decides
ended.
to stay in Xanathia and just be a good father, make a new character in New York.
I will destroy this world so hard.
Oh boy.
Sorry to keep you guys a little later. I wanted to get those letters done and over with, but yeah, fuck yeah! So pretty exciting. This next arc's gonna be fun. Finally, we get to the tale for another time.
And we got a key.
Mm.
We got a whole ass fucking manor, guys.
Jokes on us, though. We get all this cool shit, and then Blade's gonna die pretty early into this arc, and we're never gonna hear the end of the story, and that's just how it ends. We were never meant to know the tale.
Sean, do we level up?
I'm gonna say, yeah, let's go ahead and start Blade's arc at level 16.
Oh shit!
It's gonna get crazy.
Oh, fuck.
You never heard Stas.
Gonna get weird. Dude, that fucking harp looks insane.
I haven't even looked at it yet.
You know, this is the time where I get to give away like crazy badass items. That being said, Kopesh.
Oh yeah, I actually meant to say that before we sign off tonight. Glader tears up at the letter, very excited about his family home still being intact. He takes a moment to take that in, blah blah blah. He's also going to pull out that Kopesh and spend an hour before bed to attune to that.
Okay, finally. You were the first member of the campaign that I gave a +3 weapon to, and you never even used it or attuned to it. So, the Kopesh is a +3 weapon, +3 to hit and damage. Unsheathing it, the blade has a permanent light spell cast upon it. So anytime you unsheath it, it emits light. But also, once per long rest, anytime you deal radiant damage with this weapon, you may also add your current paladin level to the damage. So it's got a one-time real good whopper in there.
Okay, all right. That's nice. Hell yeah. Damn, I could really add some fucking shit.
Yeah, so now that you're level 16, anytime you do a smite,
Yeah.
it's going to do at least
Right,
17 radiant damage, you know what I mean? So it's a pretty decent
Yeah.
weapon.
And then permanent lights. All right, so yeah, permanent light spell. Anytime it's unsheathed, permanent light spell. Once per long rest, when I deal radiant damage, which is basically every attack now, I can choose to add my paladin level to it.
Correct.
All right, hell yeah. And they got a fucking rainbow scabbard. Let's go.
It's actually the Kopesh of the Prism, but I don't know if that translates to 5e. It's something I found in an older manual.
Yeah, well, if it's not in 5e, I'll build it out in D&D Beyond and add it. Hell yeah, that's sick. +3 weapon. Fuck yes.
All right, gentlemen. I think I'm gonna skedaddle. Let's keep in touch and do this crazy thing again soon. I think the next couple of sessions are probably gonna be Miramar. Am I wrong? I think we're gonna have Chris take a run at it for a little bit. I might need a little bit of a break between arcs, so I'm gonna encourage maybe the next 2 or 3 or 4 sessions of Miramar, however many Chris wants to put down.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm not. I want to see my level 16. I got a bunch of cool new toys, and you're gonna make me wait. That's not fair.
Sean just
Yeah,
over
that's
here
fine.
constantly edging us.
They got to keep you interested somehow, And I mean, how fucked up of a move is that? Like Logos and Gladier get laid like one time, and one's for sure a dad, one's maybe a dad. What do you guys think I got in store for Blade? Like, there's so much. I've been researching, fucked up like STDs for Dungeons and Dragons for months. Like, this is gonna be an elaborate problem, I swear.
That's all fertility level.
Oh. Lots of little ones.
Oh, no, here's
Eventually, all the NPCs in the world kind of look like Blade. I don't know.
Oh man.
Like
I
fucking
so-
Genghis Khan or whatever.
I just looked up what I get now that we leveled up, and I feel like I picked the perfect thing by going Halfling Rogue, because at this point, I have almost completely counteracted my fucking shitty luck, because at 11th level Rogue, I get reliable talent. So anytime I roll below a 9 or lower, that I have proficiency in, it's automatically just a 10. So not only do I have my ability to reroll ones, but like on acrobatics, athletics, insight, perception, stealth, and survival, I can't roll less than a 10.
That's gonna be pretty handy. That's a good way to anti-Will Wheaton things,
Yeah, man, I had to build my character around my inability to roll properly.
That is pretty funny. You are like, I don't. It should be a mathematical improbability. Like, how the fuck do you roll so many goddamn ones? If you rolled as many 20s as you did ones, this campaign probably be over by now. You guys would have done one.
I did it when I was saying bye to Lagos. I was in the back of my head thinking, how much of a douche move would it be to ask for his bow? I wanted that bow so bad.
probably badass.
For what it's worth, I grabbed the bow not to give it back to your father, but to you. But when it seemed like your father had a way out in exchange for the bow, I was like, well, never mind.
I was like, is he really going to need it in eternal servitude? Could you just hand it over? I was hoping he'd do it, under his own.
It is a pretty dope bow, but I wanted him to keep it so I could use it on you if you guys ever meet again, so.
Even more reason I should have asked for it. God damn it.
Oh, funny. All right, fellas, I'm going to get out of here, but keep in touch. Let's do this crazy thing again soon.
Yeah.
All right,
Later, guys.
For
Right,
sure.
later.
Good night, guys.